In the grand game of life, names like Donald Trump and Joe Biden are not just names, but kings of kings. But where does that leave us, the citizens? Let's think about it. We're all part of an elaborate chess game, a checkered board of power. The government, the kings, and queens are at the helm, making strategic moves that manipulate the course of the game. And us? We're the pawns, often moved around the board as part of a larger strategy. Consider the policy decisions that shape our lives, from healthcare to education, from taxes to social welfare. Aren't they all strategic moves made by those in power, with us citizens often caught in the middle? Take the controversial healthcare reforms or the debates around student loan forgiveness. Do they not feel like a pawn being shifted across the board, part of a larger game we barely comprehend? Didn't you know? In the grand scheme of things, we are just players on the board, moved according to the whims and strategies of those in power. You might ask, what about our voting rights? Doesn't that give us power? Well, let's dive into that a bit. Voting rights, indeed, offer citizens a sense of power, a belief that they control the fate of their nation. But let's pop that bubble, shall we? Consider the elections of the past decade. The options presented to us often feel like a choice between two evils. Remember when Donald Trump squared off against Joe Biden? Didn't you know many felt cornered into picking the lesser of two evils, rather than a candidate truly representing their interests? In reality, our choices are often limited, hand-picked by unseen forces. The buffet of democracy is, in essence, a fixed menu. This isn't to undermine the importance of voting, but merely to highlight how our perceived power might be a cleverly crafted illusion. The illusion of choice, my friends, is sometimes the most powerful tool in the hands of those in power. But all is not lost. We, as citizens, hold a power in our hands too. The power I speak of is awareness, the beacon that illuminates the darkness of ignorance. This awareness, coupled with collective action, is a force to be reckoned with. Think about the recent protests and movements that have swept across the globe. From the climate change rallies led by the youth to the social justice movements, these are instances where the voice of the people echoed louder than the rhetoric of the politicians. By staying informed, by keeping our fingers on the pulse of the times, we can hold those in power accountable. We can challenge the status quo, question the narratives handed to us, and demand transparency and honesty. In conclusion, while the government might see us as pawns, we have the power to change the game. Remember, even a pawn can become a queen.